Main story of this lunchtime in Scotland today. A man has pled not guilty to the murder of Vicky Hamilton. Good afternoon. A man has appeared in court in connection with the murder of Vicky Hamilton. The teenager disappeared in February 1991 and police discovered her remains in Kent last year. Well, our reporter Debbie Edward was in the High Court in Edinburgh this morning for the hearing and joins us from there now live. Debbie, what more can you tell us?
Well, John, after 17 years, this case is going to come to trial. A trial date has been set for November the 3rd this year. It'll take place in Dundee High Court and is expected to last for up to 5 weeks. A 62-year-old man, Peter Tobin, stands charged with abducting and murdering 15-year-old Vicky Hamilton and attempting to defeat the ends of justice. This morning, his defence team told us that they're pursuing a defence of alibi. And before that trial in November, the court will reconvene here in Edinburgh to be updated on their progress in identifying a possible defence witness. Now, this has been one of the longest running missing person inquiries in Scottish history. 15-year-old Vicky Hamilton went missing from a bus stop in Bathgate after visiting her sister in 1991. Her remains weren't discovered until last year in the garden of a house in Margate in Kent. Peter Tobin denies all of the charges against him and he's been remanded in custody until his next court appearance, which we expect to be October the 9th.
Debbie, thank you for that. The former Celtic captain Neil Lennon has been assaulted in Glasgow just hours after the Old Firm game. Lennon, who is now a coach at the club, was treated in hospital after being attacked in Ashton Lane. Celtic later said Lennon was understood to have been knocked unconscious in the attack and had been subjected to sectarian abuse. A programme to vaccinate schoolgirls against the virus which causes cervical cancer begins today. Scottish girls aged 12 and 13 are the first in Britain to receive the jab. The Cervarix vaccination works by targeting the human papilloma virus. It causes around 70% of cases of cervical cancer, which kills more than 1,000 women in the UK each year.
It was okay, it was a wee bit sore, but it was definitely worth it. If it's going to protect you against cervical cancer, then it's worth it, yeah.
I think it really is a good thing to have in schools.
It was definitely important. I mean, in the long run, it could save lives. I mean, it's like the second biggest killer of women in Scotland, so I think it's a really, really good injection to get.
How did you feel about it? Were you happy to have this jab?
Yeah, I was actually really glad to have the opportunity to receive it.
A hearing into the murder of the Orkney backpacker Karen Aim has begun in New Zealand. The 26-year-old died in the town of Taupo in January this year after being attacked following a night out with friends. A £140 million hydropower scheme, the first for more than 50 years, is well underway. The massive Glendore Reservoir in Inverness has now begun filling with water. The First Minister, Alex Salmond, pushed a button to start the process for the water to flow. The 100-megawatt dam is due to supply electricity early next year. To football, and Kenny Miller scored twice yesterday to help Rangers win 4-2 at Celtic Park. In the first Old Firm derby of the season, there were 6 goals, 8 yellow cards and 2 sendings off.
Anybody that comes here to win a game, you know, or score 4 goals is always doing very well. And yes, we were surprised that we managed to get 4 today. But it was a good performance by us. You know, that was the main thing. You know, I thought we played well enough, especially in that period just after half time.
I thought it was a good game. I thought we kept down to a minimum of chances. Dealt with aerial threat. It wasn't a problem to us, so there was minimum of chances there. The longer the game went on, I felt comfortable. Looking at half time, looking forward to the second half. And through some bizarre goals and one excellent strike, then we found ourselves in a position that it was hard to claw back.
In golf, Scotland's Colin Montgomery is coming to terms with his exclusion from the European Ryder Cup team. Captain Nick Faldo named his squad for this month's clash in Kentucky at Gleneagles last night. It's a major blow for Monty, who has played in the last 8 Ryder Cups. Well, that's the news and sport. Now Sean has a look at the weather forecast.
Change your outlook with your local airline. Flybe, sponsors of STV Weather.
A very good afternoon to you. Well, throughout the course of this week, we're going to be sitting within the centre of low pressure, which does mean that the winds will be light, although it does mean things will be fairly showery as we go through the week. And it will be feeling cooler, certainly from midweek onwards as we start to pull down air from the north. So certainly feeling a little bit fresher towards the end of the week. But throughout the course of the whole week, through the nighttime periods, we're looking at temperatures down in towards single figures quite widely. Now let's have a look at this afternoon. We've had a band of fairly heavy rain spreading its way north and eastwards. That's now clearing away to the north of our region, followed on by fairly heavy showers across western parts, some rumbles of thunder perhaps at times, although eastern areas are going to see a fairly fine end to the day, almost clear blue skies in places towards the end of the afternoon and in towards this evening. Then for tonight, it does look as if it should be mostly dry with some clear spells, certainly feeling quite cool out there. We'll find a few mist and fog patches developing over inland areas. Bye-bye for now.
Change your outlook with your local airline. Flybe, sponsors of STV Weather.
Now for a look at what's coming up on STV at 5:30.
On the show tonight, 3 remarkable sisters who took the brave decision to have double mastectomies after their mum died of breast cancer.
Also, Vicky's just about cleaned up after a rather muddy Connect festival. And in our When I Grow Up series, I fulfil a childhood ambition to become a beautician for the day.
Join us at 5:30.
Scotland Today follows that at 6 o'clock with the latest news and sport. You can, of course, keep up to date on our website. In the meantime, there are the details on the screen. We'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.
Well, next on STV, when the homeowner's away, the 60-minute makeover team will play.